Welcome to the Kelley Show Podcast. When we do it like it's for TV, ladies and gentlemen. I go by the name of Eric Kelley II. I am your host. And of course, I got my rapping ass back. Oh, hold on. Damn. It's been that long, I can't even remember what to say about the man. But butterscotch in your back pocket, dub-I double. Ladies and gentlemen, She Will for Will.
What up? It's She Will for Will, a.k.a. He Ill for Real, a.k.a. We Squeal for Bills, a.k.a. Wells Fargo, and you can take that to the bank, ladies and gentlemen.
Bitch. And of course, we got our OG, our confidant, our typhoon, as I call her, the closer. Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite player's favorite braider, Typh's Braids is in the house.
Already know. What's up? Your girl Tiffany, a.k.a. Typh's Braids. As he stated, your favorite player's favorite braider in the building. Let's go.
I still ain't got no cool intro. I got to do something about that. Like, I done gave Will a cool intro. Tiff got a cool intro. But my name's on the show, and I ain't got no cool intro. Like, I got a cool hoodie.
You should have been working on that over the break.
All right. I feel like you can't come up with your own cool intro.
Okay.
I know I can.
Okay. No, I know I feel you.
You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
Like, I made y'all cool intros, so I'm going to need you two for the next episode to put some razzle-dazzle on that, okay? Put that in the pot, stir. Give me something. I need that. But yes, we are back. It's the Kelley Show Podcast. Last episode, what did we talk about? Okay. I can't remember. Whatever we talked about, make sure you go to Apple Music and SoundCloud and go check that out, plus the other 33 episodes that we have. We just want to make sure you all are listening. If you ever want to talk about anything, you can hit us in our DMs at Kelley Show Pod on Instagram, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it real quick. How is our week, guys? What do we do? How are we feeling? Or what's going on since the last episode?
Rain, more rain, a little bit of sun, and more rain.
I ain't gonna complain because it ain't Texas.
Facts. You were right, yeah.
You know what?
They looking like, let it go. She's
Elsa
upset.
just let it go.
I don't know why Elsa walking through that bitch in Texas and just doing whatever, but she is mad.
And did you see them utility bills they getting hit with?
Oh wait,
I don't understand.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, flag on the play. We ain't get there yet.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll save it for world news. Okay, I got you. So, Will, what you been doing? What's up since the last podcast?
Man, I'm trying to think what I've done since the last podcast. I'm trying to think of what the last, I mean the usual, just working, living life, being blessed. Like Tiff said, rain. That's it. Like, I really hadn't been doing shit, just like working, really.
I mean, we still are in a Pangea, so there's nothing we can still really do.
Grateful to be working. Let's just say that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Always grateful to make $1. Can't complain about that. But, I mean, it has been raining, but since the last podcast, I know you two know, I'm not sure if everybody else knows, but I don't know if I want to say it, because...
Didn't you already say it on here, though?
I mean, I think I did, but I can't remember, but it's kind of
like the first episode back, you could kind of like, you ain't go like in depth, but you kind of did. But if you don't want to talk about it, don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
Okay. I'm gonna just say I beat them Chargers up like Rocky. That's all I'm gonna say. And in between all of that, number one, very grateful for everybody that helped me out. Dear God, I know that I don't doubt any of my friendships, and I put 100% into any and every friendship that I have, but I didn't know folks loved me so much. It was a little overwhelming. You know me, I'm emotional, and I'm over here trying not to cry, because if it wasn't for you all, and I mean including you, Tiff, you, Will, and you all didn't help me, I don't know where I'd be. So I am so thankful, grateful, and appreciative of what you've done. So thank you both. And to all my friends that pitched in to help me, thank you all so much. Those that couldn't and still reached out just to give me a blessing, touch and agree, I hope you make it through. Just know we did it. We did it, y'all. We did it, y'all. We beat a psycho bitch through her own case and she lied.
Stop it.
I'm just saying. But I'm just learning a lot, dealing with it all, but definitely trying to become a new person on the other side of it. There's no reason why I should not learn something new and become something new from this.
For sure.
So I'm very excited to see what comes of me through this, because, you know, he will put no more on you.
Then you can bear.
Then you
say that.
Can bear.
You know, all right, Kurt. Bring it back. Bring it back.
A little praise dance.
He's about to go God's property on you real quick.
Okay. But I am God's property. You know.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Excellent album still. Album still. But let's go ahead and get into our first game real quick. It's called One's Gotta Go. If you were listening to the last podcast, One's Gotta Go is I give our contestants, Tiff's Braids and She Will for Will, 4 answers, and they got to tell me which one does not belong. They get 5 points for that, and if they can tell me the common denominator of the 3 that are there, that are supposed to be there, they get an extra 5 points. You did. Last time, ding, you're reigning champion. She Will for Will. I mean, cream Tiff, bruh. It was no contest when I tell you pistol whip. It was like, damn. It was like that,
still winning,
what's his name? Paul dude that knocked out the dude. I can't remember. But the only thing I know is it was nasty.
Jake Paul.
Next.
So, Tiff, how you feeling right now? Are you scared?
No, I ain't never scared.
Okay. We gonna find out. We're gonna find out. And I try to make these simple but yet hard. So I'm hoping to give Will a little bit of difficulty to help you out. But I don't know, man. When he got that Lori Harvey thing, I was like, that boy fine. That boy fine. All right, so round 1. Okay. We're going to let the winner go first. Mm-hmm. So, Will, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Linda Gardinell, Ryan Felipe, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, he definitely knew how to throw me off with the white people.
I'm sitting here like, I only know one of them.
I'm not even
excuse
gonna
me.
lie.
Sorry. It's my bad. I said one of the actors' names wrong. It's Linda Cardellini. Linda Cardellini.
Can you repeat those?
Yes. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Linda Cardellini, Ryan Felipe, and then Freddie Prinze Jr.
Ryan Felipe.
Ding, ding, ding. That is correct. That is correct. What is the common denominator?
I have no idea. All
right, Tiff, you can steal the common denominator still, so you can still get 5 points here.
I don't know.
Damn. Hold on. So, it's the Scooby-Doo movie. That was Daphne, Velma, and Freddie. Those actors played those characters in that movie. Ryan Felipe is not a part of that.
Wow. So he just got a lucky. Okay.
Okay. So Tiff, you're up on round 2.
Okay.
And, damn. I'm gonna just say, good luck to you. Okay. So you have Wanda Maximoff, Clint Barton, Stephen Strange, and Anthony Edward Stark.
Say him again.
Wanda Maximoff, Clint Barton, Stephen Strange, Anthony Edward Stark. Which one's got to go?
The second one?
Wrong. Will?
I'm gonna go with damn. You said Wanda Maximoff was the first one. Who was the second one?
Clint Barton.
I'm gonna go with Wanda.
You want to go with Wanda? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not. I know the main theme, but I'm not exactly sure what you're going for.
Just wrong. Technically, the answer is Stephen Strange.
Why?
Stephen Strange is not technically an Avenger.
I didn't watch Avengers, so I wouldn't know those people.
Why
are you
all
like
Avengers?
this? Why? You watched none of the movies.
I watched sports. I'm sorry. I watched Iron Man.
All right.
Technically, Strange is an Avenger, though.
Technically, he's not. Nobody
Yes,
technically ordained Stephen Strange as an Avenger. He got ordained for that last 10 minutes of that goddamn movie. We counting that.
He's an Avenger, though.
He's not an
They're
Avenger.
all Avengers, which is why I was confused.
He's not an Avenger.
They're all Avengers.
Cameo?
Huh?
You just had a cameo? He's not an Avenger?
No, he was in Avengers, he was in Avengers Endgame and Infinity War, but nobody ordained him as an Avenger. Like, he's not.
He was the one who brought them back. He literally brought them back.
First of all,
if it wasn't for him, they would have lost.
He did not do that. Okay? He didn't do that.
But he brought them to the battle.
No. Who snapped their fingers and brought everybody back? Who?
No, but this is what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
Spider-Man, when Spider-Man was talking to Iron Man, he was like, hey, Doctor Strange said, wake up, it's time to go. And then he did the little hand thing. So Doctor Strange is the one who set that whole plan in motion.
That does not make him an Avenger.
He's an Avenger.
Okay, so we will make sure that you get a clip of this. We're going to put this on Twitter for our audience. Are we considering Dr. Stephen Strange as an Avenger? Okay, you can hit us up in the polls, yes or no, and then we'll come back and we might give Will this point. Either way, for right now, ain't nobody got nothing. Round 3, we have Big Fish. Oh, and this is for, Will. This is for Will. This is for you. This is your round. Big Fish, Dark Shadows, Pulp Fiction, Alice in Wonderland.
Dark Shadows?
Nope. Tiff?
Okay, say him again.
Big Fish, Dark Shadows, Pulp Fiction, Alice in Wonderland.
I only saw Alice in Wonderland.
Neo. Oh, wow.
Yeah, repeat the question. Okay, Neo, so
you really
sick.
were that guy just did.
Well, somebody has to be on the computer
so
to
sick.
record it.
Say what?
I said someone has to be on the computer so we can record it.
Correct. What's that got to do with your answer?
No, that's got to do with my delay. Okay, repeat the question, though.
We passed that. Thank you.
It's okay.
Neo's so sick.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye West's Gold Digger. Bow Wow's Fresh as I'm Is. Missy Elliott's She's a Bitch. Which one's got to go?
Fresh as I'm Is?
Ding, ding, ding. That is correct. What is the common denominator?
I don't know.
Okay, no. Okay. This was the one I just knew you were going to get. Dig a little deeper. Dig a little deeper than the surface of the actual songs.
What? Who wrote it?
No.
Who produced it?
No.
It's on the soundtrack?
I don't know.
Come on, Will. Come on. I need the wheels to turn. I need those wheels. Come on. Give it to me.
They were all performed at... They were all performed at the Grammys?
No, definitely not. No.
I'm not going to guess.
I think Neo's only performed at... okay. They all had music videos directed by Hype Williams.
Yeah, nobody was going to guess that.
Somebody...
Like, where did you see that to know that? Because I know you just didn't know that off the top of your head.
Know what?
That all 4 of those videos were directed by Hype. You just randomly knew that.
First of all, yes. And second of all, it's only 3 of them that are by Hype Williams. Bow Wow's Fresh as I'm Is directed by Benny Boone.
Let's see.
You really gonna fact check me?
Now you gotta fact check.
Nah,
I wouldn't even present this to you without knowing that. And I didn't need to go on the internet to know that Hype Williams did all these videos.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Eric acted like this is common knowledge, though. Like,
is it not?
It's not.
Who sits and thinks of, this song's video is directed by this person for all those videos?
But that's like somebody saying, you know what? The 3 that are alike, the common denominator is they all had on Carl Kanai jeans in the video. Like, it's something nobody thinks of. And I gave you like mad options. I was like, is it written by the same person, produced by the same person? Like, I wouldn't think that.
But none of these songs are written nor produced by the same people.
I don't know that. I don't pay attention to writes what. I don't.
Okay. Now, and I do pay attention to that, but I was like, well, none of them are produced or written by the same person.
See, you knew that. I do sports. I don't do music.
Okay. You know what, Tiff? I will keep that in mind next time.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel these are
that's 10 points for Will. Round 5, last round. Tiff, Chanel, Balenciaga, Fendi, Louis Vuitton. Who gotta go?
No, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Nothing.
Who's gotta go?
You said Fendi, Louis Vuitton,
Chanel, Balenciaga.
And Balenciaga. I don't wear none of them. Balenciaga.
Wrong. Will, who gotta
go? Repeat the options, please.
Chanel, Balenciaga, Fendi, Louis Vuitton.
Fendi?
Yes. Okay, that's 15 points. What's the common denominator?
I want to say it's a song with those in them. Well, I'm sure it's a few songs with those in them, but I feel like that was like a flow or something from a song that was like naming those.
No, not at all. Didn't even think about that. Tiff, you want to take a guess?
They're all old white people?
I mean, yes, that's a common denominator. And since your ass ain't had no points, I'll give you 2. But no, the common denominator is they're French luxury brands. So Fendi is not a French luxury brand.
Where is Fendi from?
Italian.
Oh, I don't wear it, so I don't know.
Me neither. But I love it all, though. One day. We'll see.
Not one of my goals.
It's not one of my goals per se. I can't. Not coach. It's not one of my goals in life, but I mean, there are some products that I do like. So if I want to, like Louis Vuitton just came out with these bad ass orange ass sneakers. Y'all, if I had $995 to give them, swipe, I would. I definitely would. But unfortunately, I don't. Not on a pair of sneakers. But they are so dope. They are so dope. They are very Ericish. And I need.
But you know what I just did with $995? I went to Puerto Rico for 5 days. Yeah. I can't do it.
Okay. Good flex. Thanks. Puerto Rico. I was over there on the beach. Get my melanin skin. Ain't nobody asked you that. I just said if I had $995, I'd give it a Louis Vuitton. That's all I'm saying.
To each his own. You got it.
Appreciate it. So, yes, the reigning champ, ladies and gentlemen, she will. This time by the hair of his chinny chin chin. But
I mean, it was still 15-0.
I got 2 points. There's old white
15-2. 15-2. Don't do tip. We'll get them next. Okay. From now on, I'm going to try to make them a little easier. Okay?
Because I don't know about music or designer brands. I don't care. I don't know.
When you go on a game show, it's not about what you like. It is about trying to figure out what the answer is. We are not here to cater this to Tiff. We are here to make sure that people that listen to it can be like, oh, maybe it's this answer. And in hopes that you might get it too.
Excited. We haven't had one question about sports.
You know Eric don't know sports like that.
Well, I don't know music like that. So why?
You know what, Tiff? You are very correct. And I already stated that for you, next time I will change that. So now that we've addressed that twice, I will get to it.
That's all. Had to make sure.
I got you.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. And make sure you have Mr. Allen tune into the podcast because I know I'm going to have something centered around him for an answer.
And if I don't know the answer, we got a problem.
We're going to see if you know. We're going to see if you know.
Okay.
But yeah, so, again, the winner, she will for Will. Thank you for playing our game. We will be back next time, and we'll see who's going to win. One's gotta go. Now, going into entertainment news, I want to say sorry before we begin. Because I don't think JoJo Siwa deserves what she got. Cause it's not nice and it's unnecessary. But Charlotte's very own, the baby, just came out with a new freestyle to beatbox. You know, the song that go, bitch, shot on something, and people be doing, you know, that dance to it. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the baby made a freestyle to it and ripped the whole thing. I thought it was great. Honestly, he used a lot of words. I'll give him that. Like You know how when you get in college, you had to get an essay and you had to make sure it had enough words in it, so you like fluffed it up. Boy, when I tell you the baby was typing.
He was Twitter fingering.
Damn. Huh?
He was Twitter fingering it.
Yes.
Well, he said that in the song. He said, what'd he say? Use a lot of big words like T.I.
Yes.
Right before he went into that other line.
And his other line said, "You a bitch, JoJo Siwa." What? So, if anybody doesn't know who JoJo Siwa is, she is one of Nickelodeon's biggest talents at the moment. She's the blonde-headed girl that has the extravagant bows.
Like, she's like 30, her?
She's 19.
But you cater to 5-year-olds, but okay. Gotcha.
Man, what's wrong with that?
Oh.
I'm just saying she's not doing anything wrong. And if 5-year-olds worship a 19-year-old, I mean, I don't see the problem. You know, she just dress up in cute little outfits and girls want to be like her. It's a nice role model, to be honest. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know why the baby called her a bitch. It was mean.
Maybe that's not, we don't know. Maybe they had an encounter in LA or something. Maybe something.
Well, I don't think so, because I saw he just tweeted like earlier. He tweeted her and it was like, yeah, I didn't mean no harm. Like, I don't know why people tripping. So he said it was just, he said his punchline went over people's heads. So according to him, he didn't mean no harm.
I just don't understand what the punchline was, because it didn't seem like a punchline to me.
Well,
it just seemed like a line.
What was that, Typh?
What's the actual lyric? Like, what is the context in which it was used?
He said something, and you'll see why, nigga, you a bitch, JoJo CY. So I guess
saying JoJo, like, you see why you're calling somebody else a bitch, not necessarily calling her a bitch.
I think what he was trying to say is like, he was trying to say like, you're a female. He was calling her somebody a female and was just using her as a rhyme. But
because it rhymed.
Yeah.
Sorry, I kind of like what Tiff said. CY. He might have been going in that direction, but I just wish he'd explain it, because even Black Twitter is confused. We all sitting around. Why would you let JoJo do to anybody? Right. You know, she just sitting around, coming out the closet. That's it.
Right.
But I like Tiffany's thought process behind that. And I'm going to go with that and give him the benefit of the doubt. Because if he said it went over our heads, maybe we can do like a mastery class episode and break down the lyrics one day. But
that's the song we would choose. I said that's the song we would choose for the lyric breakdown. Okay.
We need to know why he called out JoJo CY. And I still want to know, is it 5-2 or fine 2? Okay.
You didn't tell me you're joking, right?
Yes, clearly I'm joking.
Some people really thought it was 5-2.
She's 5'2". What?
No, it is.
Huh?
What'd you say?
5'2".
No.
Do you think that's the lyrics?
FINE, fine 2.
I thought you said 5'2", and I said no, she didn't.
Fine.
Oh. Don't give us too much on this podcast today. I don't have the time to correct that. That's over 10 years. You need to get a grip and figure that out. I can't. But yeah, so the baby, whenever you want to explain that lyric to us, let us know. I am very curious. I'm not here to defend JoJo, but I am here to say, if you just call her a bitch, she does not deserve it. She doesn't. In other entertainment news, after 15 plus years, Justin Timberlake has made a public apology to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson in the same breath, all because framing Britney Spears on Hulu and hashtag Free Britney Spears has gone completely viral. And I mean, it is not dying down either. Every single day, somebody is talking about Britney Spears like it's 2001 all over again. And I don't understand why Justin thought he needed to apologize now, because you know how much shit we let Justin get away with? 3 full-blown albums, a Vanguard Award for MTV, even NSYNC was there. He just didn't need it. And to me, the apology was just so, because it wasn't specific.
Well, I think the reason he apologized now, like you said, was because of that documentary, because people were talking about him, you know, in the documentary. So people started like mentioning him. And then also, you know, the Super Bowl just passed. So a bunch of like people were like, you know, talking about every time the Super Bowl comes up, you know, there are certain people who don't really watch football that'll just talk shit about Justin Timberlake because of Janet Jackson. So I think because of all of that, he was like, well, let me just, you know, throw something out there.
You couldn't throw something out there when you pop her little titty out. You couldn't have said nothing when you publicly humiliated Britney Spears over and over and over again at live concerts, on live TV. He even had lyrics about Janet Jackson on some dumbass song that I heard the other day and couldn't believe he even said it. It was on some, you know, Timberlake always has those artists that nobody knows. And I can't remember the name of the group, but Justin Timberlake is featured on it. And clearly it's a Timberlake beat. And the lyric is, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I took it too far. Super Bowl. What? You can't give this lady an apology, but you have the audacity to make it into a lyric? It just seems so trash. And the only thing he said was, I know I failed. White man, we know you failed. We know that. That's nothing new. Britney Spears' situation is nothing new. And now you want to apologize. And honestly, I feel kind of bad for being a fan. I feel bad for giving money. But, you know, after 15 years, it's almost like, especially when you're in the public eye, people forget. But I personally think his apology should have been a lot more sincere. I don't think you should have. First of all, Britney Spears and Janet Jackson deserve their own separate apologies. But you ain't got to apologize for dating Britney Spears. Like, that's your business. If y'all didn't work out. There's nothing to apologize about that. But for putting your sex life out there for no reason, embarrassing her like that, for you to always comment on her in interviews and at your live concerts, making fun of her, no, that's not cool either. Also, that little stunt he pulled on Cry Me a River, that wasn't cool either.
That was kind of cool at the time.
Was it?
It was. Don't act like at the time. Don't act like Cry Me a River wasn't Cry Me a River.
Cry Me a River is Cry Me a River. Mm-hmm. Yes, the song is great.
The video, it's fucked up now looking back at it. But don't act like
fucked up.
Don't act like at the time when the video came, he was like, damn, that girl look like, damn.
Exactly. And I still thought it was bad. I was like, why? Because don't get me wrong, he really had that Missy Elliott thing going on.
It was a good video.
It was a cool video, but he could have done that without having a blonde that looked just like Britney Spears.
But I mean, if that's who he was just dating, it's the same thing. Well, not really, but it's kind of like he was building a story around his life, basically. So
he was talking shit. What do you not understand?
You ain't never talk about shit about somebody you broke up with?
all the time on this podcast.
Okay.
Not
Every
the same
day.
thing.
Okay.
Not the same. I hope not. I don't know. Maybe it is. Oops. But
It's part of being an artist. You got to paint the picture. Like, if that's the song and that's what the song was talking about, the video went with the song.
his apology was still
No, the
mediocre.
apology was trash. He could have kept the apology.
He could have.
But, I'm not going to be one of them people, like how people on Twitter try to act like they don't fuck with Justin Timberlake. Like,
I don't pretend that I don't fuck with Justin Timberlake, but Justin Timberlake is wrong.
No, but not you, but there's a lot of people who be like, yeah, we don't fuck with Justin Timberlake. We don't like Justin Timberlake, blah, blah, blah. Like he wasn't the shit like 10 years ago.
I mean, on top of his game, too. Future Sex Love Sounds.
Justified. What was that, 2020?
2020, even. I don't know which one's better. I don't know which one's better. I like both. Justin, the only album he had that was a complete miss was his latest album. That shit sucked ass. It just went over my head. I said, I get you trying to do something different. Man of the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why he wanted to be white. I didn't get it.
He's white.
But his whole career,
he had to go back to his white roots. What white artist hadn't went back to their white roots at some point? And then when that don't work, they go back to the black shit. I ain't mad at it, but it's just the truth.
I'm trying to think what artist has gone back to that was white, went black, and then went back to their white.
Miley Cyrus.
Pink.
Justin Bieber.
Well, hold on. Okay. Pink started off black. We thought Pink was black from the get-go. Even I, as a child, thought Pink was a black woman, the way she was singing and carrying on. But Pink eventually just grew to be what Pink is. And I'm still okay with that because I think Pink is a phenomenal artist then, and I think Pink is phenomenal now. I actually got into a Twitter argument with somebody about how she appropriated black culture. I said, I don't remember her doing that.
What Braids?
I was like, I don't remember Pink going, nigga this, nigga that. Right. No, that was Justin Bieber. How he survived that, I still don't know. To this day, it makes no sense, but that's another story for another time. Again, Justin Timberlake's apology sucks ass. Am I still gonna listen to those albums? Yes. I'm not gonna be fake. Was listening to Strawberry Bubblegum yesterday in the shower. Excellent song. But last but not least, Kim Kardashian has finally filed for divorce against Kanye West. And I'm sad. I'm real sad. Y'all.
Am I tripping? Did she not, or were they just rumored to be filing for divorce? Because I felt like she had already filed like a few months ago. Or something came out of.
Yeah, but I mean, there has been rumors around their divorce since they got married. There's rumors about their breakup when they were dating. There's rumors about North is being split in between two homes, and one of their kids died at birth. It was, rumors are rumors. But when Hollywood reports it, it's pretty true. They're not TMZ, even though TMZ been on their game lately, but they assholes, but they've been pretty solid with the info. But when Hollywood reporter reports it, that's it. And I'm sad. I know the man's mental and all, but they have 4 beautiful kids, and I like them together. Only thing I know is she better not run back to Ray J ass. I'm tired.
You stupid.
I'm just saying. You know what he did to Whitney?
What did he do to Whitney? He liked Whitney. He cared about her.
I got my own theories about that, but I'll let it go.
Whitney was Whitney. That's a whole nother thing, but Whitney had been Whitney before, Granted, people want to give Bobby all the blame, but,
Whitney was smoking crack before she got with Bobby. Bobby just made it more acceptable.
I didn't say it. Tiff said it. And I respect Whitney. Like, Whitney is probably one of, if not the greatest voice of, in music history, but
the greatest voice of music history. That's it. I don't know. Right now, I could not tell you a voice, old or young, in between, before or after her, that has that voice. It is a perfect voice. I don't think there really isn't anybody above Whitney Houston. Really
don't put that on Ray J. Like, Ray J did Bobby Brown for her.
I still think Ray J activated something, man. Ain't no way. You
think Ray J could bring something out of her that
downhill? The fuck? Like, it just got crazier.
She was already downhill.
She was already doing the most, but the shit just got worse.
And she kept tumbling and didn't stop.
We know. Who you think pushed her?
That's what I just said. He pushed her down.
Ray J.
Nah. I'm not rolling.
I'm rolling on it. I don't give a damn. Don't care. Ray J did that. But that ain't my business. Rest in peace. Go watch her version of Cinderella. That shit still rocks.
Man, watch The Bodyguard. Bump Cinderella because I don't fool with Brandy.
Okay.
Bodyguard.
You need to explain the Brandy beef. What's going on there?
I don't like the way she operates business. And she did some foul stuff to some of my friends at Essence Festival 2019 that I can't rock with her no more for that reason.
We were there.
Yeah. We'll talk podcast.
Oh, there was drama?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't realize she didn't perform Friday night on the main stage? And there were a bunch of random artists on the stage doing like a cypher. That was Brandy's set that she left the building for.
But then Brandy came back the next day.
She didn't do main stage.
She didn't do main stage. She was at Coke. That's right.
Yeah, she didn't do main stage. But you got to remember, Coke that's two different events. You got to remember, Convention Center is the natural hair show.
Right.
And Superdome is Essence Festival, but they run on the same weekend. Yeah, she did not festival. Okay. She left. Yeah.
Wow. Even though
her music, nothing to do with her music, nothing to do with her talent. Her as a person, I lost respect for her.
Makes sense. Okay. Just, when you walking across the street, watch out for her and her Hummer. That's all I'm telling you. She dangerous.
Next.
I'm done. Let me not, because the Norwoods will come after my ass, all right? They mama don't play. That's a momager of history, okay?
Ass, okay?
But that's all that I have for entertainment news. Will, ladies and gentlemen, she will for Will. What we got going on in music? What's new? What's old? What's popping?
All right, so we have a new versus announcement for next weekend, next Saturday, the 27th. We have D'Angelo versus Friends. Now, I'm going to be the first one to say, I respect D'Angelo's talent. He's got a few songs. I personally don't really understand why he's getting the verses if it's supposed to be 20 hits. But, D'Angelo versus Friends. Who the friends are, I don't know. I'm honestly probably not going to watch it. But you guys, thoughts?
I didn't understand. I didn't get it. I just like you, I think D'Angelo is phenomenal. Okay? That body is the reason I'm gay. I totally understand.
No more, though. He ain't got that no more.
He don't. Mm-mm. But when he did, I understood my sexual energy.
Feel, sir. I want to know. Show me, please, right now. Yes. But listen, but you know what's crazy though? One of my favorite D'Angelo songs was off of his first album. I don't know if it was his first, but do y'all remember the Brown Sugar album?
Yeah. Okay.
Shit damn motherfucker. Yo, that was my favorite song. I don't know why I love that song, or just the fact that I was cussing as a child and I just told my mom, it's the song. I'm singing a song. But I love that.
I know song. She cut your ass.
What? Did she? But it still made me want to sing it more. What can I say?
I guess. But yeah. Back to the whole versus thing. I don't understand who the friends are gonna be. And I know one thing. If Tyrese ass shows up, I'm out.
No, okay, hold on. This is the thing with Tyrese. One, I don't think he's gonna show up. But two, as crazy as Tyrese might be on Twitter and on Instagram and shit like that or whatever, social media, we ain't gonna act like in real life, we ain't gonna act like he don't have a catalog now.
Right.
Okay, but can we really say 20 hits?
20.
No.
Oh, I'll put it like this. For some of the other artists that have gotten in verses, Tyrese can be in verses. D'Angelo, I don't think so.
So but I don't know about how many hits he has by himself though. But I could see D'Angelo with Raphael Sadiq.
Oh. Well, I mean, if by himself, and if they allow him to put Tony right. in there, then
right.
it'll be that's a murder. He shouldn't do that. But that's not cool.
But against D'Angelo.
I don't know, but Anniversary would knock him
like
out
this
the
is,
water right there.
This is the thing to me about D'Angelo. Again, respect him, but like anybody else that you would kind of compare him to has like more hits than him. So it's like,
because he had like a little hiatus for a while. Like
almost 15 years.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what Angie Stone did to him, but that boy went into hiding and ate all the biscuits. What?
I can't. Leave D'Angelo alone, okay? We're going to keep him in memory of what we knew.
Right.
Because I like that. But
yeah.
whoever it's going to be, I mean, clearly it's going to be a collaboration. It's not going to be hit to hit and talk about who actually won. So I hope Maxwell shows up.
I do.
I hope Maxwell shows the fuck up.
But if I'm Maxwell, does Maxwell think that D'Angelo can fuck with him?
No.
Okay then.
But that's the thing. It's not really a versus if it's D'Angelo and friends. It's like, oh, let's play our greatest songs together. Yay!
That's exactly what this is. This is nothing but your throwback slow jam playlist you got in your Apple Music.
I feel you, but if it's technically it's called versus and it's saying D'Angelo versus friends.
So why are we going through this hypothetical if we know that's what it's not going to be?
I'm just telling you what it's marketed as. I don't know.
We know what it's marketed as, but we also know that it's not going to be.
But the thing is, we honestly don't really know what it's going to be because we've never seen somebody versus friends. Like, it might be 3-4 different artists that D'Angelo do one, somebody else come do one, D'Angelo do one, artist number 3. Like, we really don't know what it's going to be because they're advertising it as multiple people.
Yeah. I hope Tweet shows up. Tell you what I did last night.
Right. Bruh, but I tell you, when that song came out, because you know I'm from Rochester, and that's where Tweet is from.
Oh.
They played that song on the radio every 6 minutes, bruh. But I tell you, I ain't want to hear that song no more. Like, ever. Because I heard it so much.
I love that song to this day. To this day!
Wait, but did you see a while back they talking about it wasn't sexual. It wasn't... Bitch.
Yeah, we know what that was.
Bitch. What?
Who was it? Missy Elliott said it was not about masturbation, but
What?
when I really think about it, I thought to myself, no,
it was.
that's what that was about.
I mean, we were okay with that, so why are you apologizing?
Exactly. But sometimes you just gotta let, I know maybe when you wrote the song that wasn't the meaning, but sometimes you just gotta let art live its own life.
No, that was the meaning when she wrote it.
Ooh.
Oops.
Yes, but I hope Tweet shows up. Okay, so D'Angelo versus Friends. What else?
Meek Mill is in the news again. So there's a snippet of a song with Meek and Lil Baby, and so Meek he had a line that caused a lot of controversy because basically the line was, if I'm ever lacking, I'm going out with my chopper. It'd be another Kobe. So there was a lot of discussion on Twitter about whether the line was appropriate. Was it too soon? Was it completely out of bounds?
Wait, first of all,
time out. Flag on the play.
It was inappropriate when Drake said, "That's my nigga Kobe. I hate it had to be him." It was inappropriate then, and that nigga was alive. So it was inappropriate when will.i.am on a song called "Like That" with the Black Eyed Peas said that. What did he say? Date rape. Kobe showed a classic example. That was inappropriate. This is disrespectful. Nobody in any song should mention that man's name, period. Especially not in that manner. Why does Meek keep doing this to himself? I don't understand. I don't get it. He's so frustrating as an artist to watch.
Like Meek is just not good with like social media. Like I don't think he's one of those people. I don't think he really understands how the shit he does or says comes across.
He doesn't read the room.
Exactly.
Who is his publicist?
He don't have
They're
one.
fine.
He can't.
But okay, I'm gonna say this: the Meek Mill line was fucked. The Kobe line was fucked up. In Meek's defense, and again, the line was fucked up. But in his defense, especially with him being a battle rapper and being in rap, Meek has said worse, and there are other rappers that have said equal or worse. I'm not saying that makes it okay, but from his perspective, he's looking at it from a different lens.
In battle rap, there's nothing that's off limits.
Right.
Like nothing's off limits.
And even in like just regular rap, a lot of art, like I said, I've heard some other Meek lines that I'm not going to mention that are worse than that Kobe line. And other artists like, Wayne had the Emmett Till line, and again, not excusing it, but from his perspective, he's thinking of it as like, it's like a clever punchline because Kobe died on a chopper. Meek is talking about his gun. He's going out with his, So,
Will, after you just said that out loud, no.
I don't think he should have said it. But I get the fact what he's saying is like, it's hip hop. People have said worse. Is basically his thing behind it. Now that could get into a whole discussion of what what rappers get away with saying that, maybe they shouldn't have said, but we could spend 5 episodes on that.
The last time I heard something this disrespectful in hip hop was probably either A, is that a world tour or your girls tour, or the intro for Tupac when he was like, "Oh, so Mobb Deep want to get in this? Fuck them. Don't want them niggas got sickle cell." That is till this day. I don't know how Diddy sleeps at night. I said Tupac was fuck them, fuck your wives, kill everybody.
Yeah.
Too much. But that line is too much. It's too much. I get it, and it's clever, but no. should have never hit a recording booth at all. Period. He's wrong. Dead ass wrong. And I don't like it. Leave Kobe out of that shit.
But
his wife is still grieving. His kids are still grieving. And you over here making insensitive lines like that? Shut it the fuck down. Okay? Shut it down. I don't like it. I don't like him. But then again, I'm not a big Meek Mill fan anyway, so I was already not on his team.
Dreams and Nightmares fan. I don't listen to everything Meek Mill, but Dreams and Nightmares, that song give me hype every time I hear it.
No,
the song or the album, because the album sucked ass.
The song.
Oh, okay.
I liked his last album, Championships. I thought that was a really good album.
It was a really good album. It had me in the mood of Dream Chasers 2.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Dream Chasers 2 is probably his between that and Championships are his two best ones.
Yeah, exactly. Dream Chasers 2, that thing shut down the internet. And I appreciated it. It was nice.
But that's pretty much it for music news. Not too much music really came out this week. Artists are slowly starting to put music back out, but it's been a very slow start to the year musically. So
it has been. I think now, me personally, I think that indie artists have really been growing from this. I see that indie artists are really thriving and putting out music because, number one, they don't have a whole big machine or record label backing them up anyway. So they've just been putting out music constantly. But now that they're just at home, they just pumping it out even more. So I've been listening to a lot of unknown artists for people like. So I think that they're thriving as far as the beginning of the year. But as far as mainstream artists, people that have made a name for themselves, nah, they ain't with the shits. They like, I done got my money. We gonna sit here and just chill out until.
Well, I mean, from the mainstream perspective, and even like a lot of the underground artists, which some of them are still putting out music, like you said, but you can't really tour now. Like, especially the mainstream artists, they can't. Like, The Weeknd's already pushed his tour to 2022. All the big festivals have canceled. Like, Coachella's already going to be 2022. So, like, if you're a big artist, like, you don't have as much incentive as you would normally to put out music because by the time you can tour and actually make money off of it, the music's going to be old. So, like, I think, probably spring, summerish, things will pick up. But I think a lot of artists, we might get like maybe EPs or like little random releases here and there. But I don't think like the main projects, a lot of those won't be until like towards the end of the year or 2022 once things open back up.
Honestly, in my opinion, it doesn't matter whether you're a mainstream artist or an indie artist, especially when it comes to concerts. People are going to go. They've been waiting to go to something. So whether they put out something new or they go just to listen to something old, as soon as America can have concerts again, every artist should be on their grind, period. If you haven't put out a hit single in 10 years, you should be touring because we are going to be there. We are going to purchase tickets because we now can go anywhere with complete freedom or whatever that's going to look like once this is over, whenever it's over. But if you're an artist in general, just put it out there. Everything is going to be packed because people are ready to be out there. The youngest that have never been able to experience a concert, they're going to be there. The people our age that are just stuck, we've already experienced it, but want more of, and we're not too old to be like, I'm going to be in the house. We're going to be there. And old folks that don't know they old folks and got money, they going to be there. So, all artists, do what you got to do. I don't care if you ain't made a record in 20 years, hit the road. Get a bus and hit the road. We're going to be there. Anywhere you go. Hit the malls. Hit Starbucks. I don't care. Where you perform at, charge. People are going to come. Simple as that. And it's not even about the music. We just want to get out. That's it. Just make sure, you know, your vendors has a legal alcohol license and you'll be fine.
Right.
That's it. But if that's everything for you, Will, let's move on to world news with the typhoon. Tiff, what you got for us?
You already know. Oh, I got some shit for y'all asses. So, starting out, United Airline is under fire right now. One of their 777s, the engine blew mid-air. So they had to ground 24 of their 52 777s. Can you imagine pulling off, you look out your window and you see fire? Like, bruh, as much as I fly, I mean, I don't fly United, but that shook me a little bit. Like, I wasn't ready. And supposedly it's one particular part that they have to go and inspect, and it's only in 24 of their 52 777. So those 24 planes have been grounded. So if you got any flights coming up, make sure y'all following, make sure you following with what's going on with those particular airlines.
Shit, that's just YouTube. Okay? Right. You can't stay your ass at home. This one over here in California and shit on willy-nilly.
That was one trip.
Wait, I don't fly again until April. As of right now. Yeah. But yeah.
What? I'm going to send that message. Hey, can y'all do a podcast on Sunday night? And Tiff going to be like, oh, maybe, I think I'm going to be in Hawaii. Might be in Honolulu. Some random ass place that we either A, do know or don't know. I don't think I know is Tiff ain't going to be at home.
I be trying or whatever. But, okay, so yeah, back to world news. Also, there was a big heist at Customs in Cincinnati. They raided, they were, you know how they Customs inspects any packages that come from out of the country. Mm-hmm. So there was a big pallet of cornflakes, like Frosted Flakes. Come to find out they were frosted with cocaine, not sugar.
What?
That's a hell of a breakfast.
That's how they were smuggling the cocaine in. They basically been putting on regular cornflakes to make it look as if it was Frosted Flakes. And yeah.
Well, how would they get it back and sell it?
No, you eat the frosted. You eat the cereal.
Hell of a way to start the day.
Right, breakfast of champions. Right. So then, on top of that, Houston, Jesus, I am praying for everybody in Houston. We were talking about. I actually have family in Houston that I was touching up with. They just got power back on this week. But what's happening is, not only are people getting these outrageous electric bills, people are getting outrageous water bills. Because you have to think about it. When you have these pipes bursting, the water is just flowing. The meters are not stopped. Therefore, you are getting thousands and thousands of dollars in water bills for water that you cannot use. They do have a boil before you drink. You are in certain areas able to shower, but they advise do not drink the water. Do not let it go in your mouth. But for the most part, it is boil your water before using because it's not going through the filtration system. But yeah, prayers out to everybody in Houston. Stay safe.
Yo, Houston, because you know everybody on Twitter will give you a virtual tour of their apartment. I got a 5-bedroom, 3-story townhome in Houston for only $900 a month or some shit like that. But I'll be like, damn, that's cheap as fuck. But now that all this is happening, I just see a whole bunch of styrofoam coming out of people's ceilings. And I'll be like, so that's the only thing that these things are made of? No wonder they just be getting built up so quickly. It don't make sense.
Right.
But yes, indeed, praying for everybody out there in Houston. But Ted Cruz.
What flew to Mexico.
Bruh, what is wrong with him?
Ted said, fuck it, I'm out.
I don't understand. Your whole state is under an ice age. Texas should never in history should never be frozen over more than 5 hours at max.
Right.
And for a week, it's been raining, it's been frozen, and you decide you want to go to Cancun? That man is trash. That man is trash. And his explanation was even sillier. And he said he had mentioned something about somebody had told him about going to go see the alligators and other things like that. And sometimes you just got to go and go see
it. Right now? Like right now? Now is when you think the time for that is?
Right. Your state's under a national disaster and you think, oh yeah, let's go to Cancun. No, sir. Only a white man. Only a white man. I can't deal. I can't. He's ridiculous and he needs to go. Yeah. What did Beto say? He said that guy's the fucking worst. And he is.
For sure.
First of all, I love Beto, bro. That dude is funny. He's just honest. He always be cursing, and I love it. He be with the shits. I like him. He is the people's champ, and they need to go ahead and put him in office. Straight up. That's it.
You stupid.
President. But anything else going on in the world that we should know about, Tiff?
Oh, the last thing that I was going to say about Houston, there was a sad story about Houston where people, because, they had no heat. They had no electricity. It's freezing. You thinking about young children, the elderly. So people with fireplaces were, burning their fire, burning the fireplaces. The problem is because there was rain coming down, the smoke can't go out because the tops of the chimneys are frozen. So there have been a fluctuation of house fires. And there was actually a family where all 4 of the kids and the grandmother passed away. They couldn't get out of the house. And it's like, any means, like you're trying to just stay warm, And it just sucks that they knew this was coming and they didn't think of any way to try to prepare or even with pipes, you're supposed to leave your water dripping. And now granted, I'm from up north. I'm from New York. So whenever we would get, those below zero temperatures, they would put notices in the door, leave your faucets dripping. So that way the water continues to flow. So it's not sitting. So your pipes don't expand, because ice with water, it expands. But I mean, for Texas, it's like, y'all knew this was coming. With storms like this, the meteorologists, they tell you, oh, get ready. It's coming. But they didn't do anything to prepare them for what was coming. And I feel like with the way technology is right now, all you had to do was call somebody in Detroit. So, what do y'all do when it's about to freeze cold? Like, what precaution, what can we put in motion to avoid anything from happening? It's not like we're a country that never gets cold. We have half of the doggone country that's covered with snow caps for most of the year. So there's no excuse as to not be prepared for that. None.
There isn't, but it's still sad when, kids,
right.
Because kids have no control over anything. They're just, they're just doing what
they're just there.
They have no instinct to do this or do that. But that's sad. Praying for that family, because I know that has to hurt.
For sure. The last thing I had, of course, I'm going to leave it last because it's not that important, but I found it funny. Carrot Top said he's not done. Said he's going to go. Carrot Top, Mr. Toupee, that old president guy.
Him. Okay.
I thought she meant the comedian.
Yeah, that's all I was like, huh?
No.
Okay.
Basically, what he's stating is that, all these charges against him, he's going to, beat him and he's going to be ready to run again in 2024.
Oh, he ain't, he gonna always put on a show.
Loser.
Yeah. He just need to go sit in the corner. Like, go to timeout because you can't get right.
Not even time out, man. Just put him under the rock. I'm over it. Like, don't let that man come out again.
So I had to show y'all, since Eric be trying to be, all flashy and razzle dazzle with his little cue cards. I had my notes in my book. I don't have cue cards. It's
the
all
Braider
about
book.
No, it's all about branding. So I had my book with my notes. Yes. You're not gonna show me up to that. Yes.
I thought if I am going to be a national syndicated talk show host one of these days, I need to be prepared. And the smallest thing that I can do to get there, is some cards. Like,
right.
What talk show host doesn't have their own cards?
I love it.
So, Will, you might want to join the train.
I mean, I got my shirt on. I got some other stuff I'm working on, but I'm gonna step my game up since that's how y'all want to play. Oh, matter of fact, hold on.
Okay, what we got going on?
Uh-oh,
he about to pull out some headphones. Watch. What?
Hey, so why we have an intermission? Okay.
Is that what we calling this? An intermission?
But listen, how about it's almost 11 o'clock and we ain't even got to the topic yet. So what are we doing?
We're getting there.
So I had these even before COVID, staying safe, staying clean. Oh, okay. I like the mask. So
it's the branding for me.
It's the branding for me. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you need your hands clean with 99% germs that will be killed, please refer to yourself to She Will for Will. And if you need to stay COVID safe, get that mask all the way over your nose. Hit up your girl's tip braids. What is that?
Keychain?
Oh, it's a keychain. Okay. I thought it was an air freshener at first. I said, what is you like, Tim?
Sure, bruh. Yes, hang it from your review.
But the funny thing, that's something that people, you'd keep it and use it.
And you know what's crazy? So I have a 15-year-old daughter. So her and a couple of her friends, they purchased some of my keychains. And what they did, instead of putting it on their keys, they have it hanging on their purses. Have the ball, hanging from it. So they hang it from their purse.
That's cute.
I was like, fit.
I want a keychain.
I got you.
Excellent. Okay, what else you got? I feel like you got more.
That's it.
Something she was over there like she was about to pull something else out.
That's everything that's right next to me without me having to get up out of the screen.
Oh.
I mean, sorry.
All right.
I'll let it the part where I got up out. Don't worry.
Okay. You do that, because I will edit whatever, but video, that's all you now, sir. You got this. But let's get into our topic for today on this podcast. And this topic, like most topics, center around what's going on with me at the moment. And in hopes that people either A, have already gone through this, or can have not already experienced it, but can relate to it. Now, like I said, as of lately, shit just been crazy in my life. I can't even tell you how I get into these predicaments at all. But what I do know is that God is showing me that there is another way for things to be handled. If you know me, you understand that once I'm fucked with, I'm popping off. I feel like I gotta defend myself. I gotta cuss. I gotta throw things. I gotta fight. But no, I now realize none of that has to happen. None of it. I have to protect my peace, bruh. Okay? With the situation that just went down with me, it's really, okay. Try not to be emotional.
Testimony.
Okay? But that situation really makes me think of a lot of things because number one, not to say that I lost two people dear to me, but two people aren't even really speaking to me at the moment. And it's my fault. It's my fault because I should have been taking care of me and my emotions and how to handle them. So it saddens me that these things are happening, but also I take full responsibility of what I've done and how I've done it. And I just think that's the first step to being peaceful in anything, and knowing that the result should be, even if you are the aggressor and people decide they want to move away from you, well, then that's just something you're going to have to live with, because that's on you. And I'm speaking from experience. That is on you. But since how many situations have I had? 3, 4, 5 of them going just to fuck around. Since those situations, and I have been overly aggressive in all of them, I went to therapy. And in therapy, I've learned one thing. Well, I've learned a lot, but the main thing I've learned is that there's always an option to just walk away. And I don't ever think about that, because where I come from and how I grew up and the way that my childhood was, if you gonna step to me, I'm gonna step to you. You know, I'm not playing that. But now, especially the older that I get, I realize I can just back up. Just because somebody else is angry doesn't mean that I gotta be angry. Just because somebody else is saying all these negative things around me doesn't mean that I have to give them any attention towards it. So protecting my peace comes from a lot of different things. And just like everything in my life, I don't know why, but I gotta learn it the hard way. I have to learn everything the hard way, or else I'm just not gonna get it. Why I don't know. But God really has just put a lot of things, and I wouldn't say obstacles in my way, but he's just showing me, hey, this is something that didn't need to happen. But you want to be hard-headed? Cool. I'm going to let you do you. But you're going to learn this lesson. You're going to take this L. So let's talk about how you all protect your peace. What are the L's that you taking to get to that peaceful place? And if you're not in a peaceful place, how can we help you get there? Because right now, for me, it is all about making sure that I am in a good place no matter what's going on. Mm-hmm. You know, I just had an ex-roommate try to put me in a jail. A little brother that's on her side and basically thinks I've done something wrong and won't talk to me. I got a man that I'm in love with that can't seem to talk to me about anything and get his own shit together in order for us to be together. So all of these things are high stressful. But the one thing that I can't allow is for them to take my currency of time and or energy. Period. Mm-hmm. Period. Because if it does, then we're going to have an issue. And I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to be angry ass Eric anymore. So let's start with Will. Because I mean, granted, Will is on this show, and Will, I would say Will knows me like the back of his hand. I'm an open book, but you know, Will can be like, yeah, if you would tell a story about Eric, I know what he'd do, or kind of would do. But do I know the same thing about Will and how he protects his peace? No, I do not. And I would like to know that about my co-host. So how do you protect your peace, Will? What are some of the things you do to protect it if it needs protecting?
So I would say, I'm kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum with you on this one, just because like I'm just naturally a more, not to say you're not level-headed, but like you said, you're kind of like emotionally driven. Would that be fair?
That's a very, very fair statement.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to sound like I was like trying to be funny, but like I'm kind of on the opposite end where I'm like, I'm not emotionless, but some people, if they were to describe me, would say, well, we don't really know, like Will's just chilling. Like we don't really know what he's feeling, or, you know, we don't know how to read him. So like, I'm just naturally like just kind of a low key kind of person. So for one, it really takes me a lot to get kind of riled up or to get something out of me. But honestly, and sometimes I do this too much, but I had this thing like, it's not difficult for me to like cut people off. And that's kind of a bad thing in a sense, because it can be a problem, but like, I don't really have a problem like cutting things out that I feel are like this. Like, I don't like to be disturbed. I've never been that way. And like the older I get, like the less tolerance I have for things that disturb me. So like, I've been fortunate enough, like out of my friend group, I don't really have too many issues with my friends in terms of like us ever feeling like, or me ever feeling like, you know, they've crossed the boundary or crossed the line where I've needed to necessarily like cross them out. But like at certain times, you know, if I do feel like a particular person, whether it be a friend or a family member, is like putting like stress or something that I don't feel is fair on me, like I kind of just naturally withdraw myself anyway. Or even with like social media, like sometimes like what'll bother me more than necessarily like people I may associate with is just like just seeing different things on social media. Like sometimes I think just consuming so much of what everybody else has going on.
Excuse me for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So what gets you riled up then, Will? What would set Will Latimer off?
It's hard to say, honestly, because like even if I'm mad about something, I won't give you the satisfaction of knowing that like I'm mad about something 9 times out of 10. Like I will just like kind of distance myself from the situation before you even see me get to that point where like I like lose my control.
Right. But when it comes for me, and sometimes I do the exact same thing, and I'm pretty sure Typh does it too. You know, if we don't deem that it's important enough to even speak about it, and we're mad about it, you know, we'll just push back or walk away from it. But at the same time, I'm trying to get to a point where it doesn't even make me mad. So I get the whole not giving somebody the satisfaction of them seeing it. But for me, on the inside, I don't even want to carry that. I don't none of it. I don't need none of it. Cause not like taking that energy from that person that made me mad, it's just gonna eat me inside. But you know? I don't want to do that. So how do you deal with it when you just mad and you don't want to let the other person know?
Like, I think for me, and like I said, I'm less kind of emotional than you, but I think at some point for you, and I'm obviously not no like therapist or nothing, you know, so I'm not going to pretend to be, but like, I feel like it's kind of a choice. Like something can piss you off, but ultimately, like you have to decide, and I'm speaking like for myself now, like I just try to decide whether like, am I going to sit here and still be mad about this, or like I try not to dwell on things. So like one thing I just naturally do anyway, I'm like a pretty busy person. So I like to, you know, try to give myself things to look forward to or things to like direct my energy to. Like I naturally like to work out a lot. But I think that definitely probably helps me kind of keep my stress or anxiety or whatever, like at a more manageable level. Cause I have like between that, or even if I'm doing like music or something, writing, like I think I have like found like healthy ways to kind of release some of those tensions and things like that. So I think it's more so than just trying not to get mad about something, which is good. I think more importantly, you kind of have to learn how to manage those emotions versus like trying to cut those off. Cause like for somebody like you, I can't see you ever not being an emotional person. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but that's kind of what makes you you. So I feel like just, you know, we all have to learn how can we manage our emotions and find like healthy ways to kind of get those emotions out that don't come off as like exploding on someone or, you know, just harboring that energy around. Go ahead.
No. But no, I totally agree with everything. But when you say that, you know, how to figure out with my emotions, because we all know I'm emotionally driven about everything. I'm super passionate about this hoodie. I'm super passionate. I was, you know how excited I was to get this bucket hat. Look at this shit. Look, yes. I was hopping around this store buying this $20 hat and pops and all of that. So yes, I'm always going to be emotionally driven. But when it comes to being upset, when it comes to being angry, I'm learning that I need to have a filter in between getting angry so quickly. So I have to learn, well, I am learning what's the emotion that I'm feeling right now that anger is guarding. Because most time I'm only angry probably because either A, I think I'm being way too vulnerable, I'm sad about something, I'm hurt by something, or, you know, something that somebody said or somebody did, things of that nature. So trying to figure out what that is and develop that filter before I get to being angry is the thing that I'm learning at the moment. Now, switching over to our OG real quick, Typh, tell us what are some of the things that you do to make a filter before you get, you know, angry. What are you doing to protect your peace?
Well, okay, so I'm like Will. Like, I can be friends with you and then something go down and I can act like you don't exist and go on with my day with like bright, sunny, sunshine.
See, I'm not good. I try so hard. I
would never friend.
I try so hard, but I'm never like that. It's so sad. I don't know why I think I need people. Huh?
It's very easy for me.
Why?
What? Because, okay, so I'm the type of person where, like, I look at it like this. I have limited days here on this earth, right?
Right.
And I've seen what stress can do to people. I've seen the effects of stress on health, on, you know, so many mental health, on so many different factors. So I immediately was like, you know what? You're not going to steal my joy. Like, yes, I'll get upset maybe in the moment, but I'll pull it in and bring it out in something else. So when I say that, like, you pissing me off may turn out me cracking a joke about something you did or me laughing at you. Like, watch this. Like and then two, I've learned over the years that my petty meter is quite high. Okay.
It's very high.
So I have to think about the consequences of me being petty. Not even just on a personal level, also on a professional level, because I have a brand and a business that I've worked so hard for. So I try to think of it, you know, would this be detrimental to my business? Is it worth me giving it satisfaction? Is it worth, you know what I mean? Like, I look at stuff like that. And sometimes you have to take an outer body experience. Like, I use my stepmother as an example, okay? My stepmother, we had a horrible relationship. She was married to my father, and during that time, my father passed away. And while my father was in a coma before he passed, she did some very hurtful things. And there's some things that she didn't know I knew about because, you know, me and my dad talked more than she thought we talked. So there was some stuff that my dad was doing for her that everybody didn't know about, that I knew about, and it made me hate her. Like, I was going to beat her up at my dad's funeral. Like, that's how much hate I had for her. And it just a point where somebody could say the name Janet. They could have been talking about Janet Jackson, and I would get mad. Like, I would hear the name Janet because that was her name, and I would immediately get mad. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, she in Alabama living her best life. Why am I still, you know, allowing her, even with her presence, she's not even here. Why am I still allowing her to change my emotion just by the sound of her name? And I had to get to a point where I had to talk to her and was like, you know what? I forgive you. It doesn't make what you did right, but I forgive you. And we're going to move forward. Now, I still don't talk to her, but it doesn't bother me, to hear her name. I had to release that from me. So when you're talking about how to protect your peace, you have to remove the other people from the equation. Like, at the same time, you have to look at how is my feelings towards them benefiting me? Like, I can't, be crying over you when all you did was hurt me. I can't be crying over you when our relationship isn't where it used to be because of something I did. I have to own that shit. And whether you forgive me and we remain friends, or you forgive me and we're not friends, I learn from it and move forward. Like, I can't dwell. I've had too many friends from like high school. Like, I'm only 37. And I've had so many people from high school that didn't even make it to 37. So it's like, I look at it like that. Like, I'm trying to live here. No, don't get it twisted. My life is far from perfect. But at the same time, I try to make the best of it and I don't dwell. If I have a bad day at work, you know what I do? Come the weekend, I'm planning a vacation. Why? Because that gets me excited. So I find ways to channel that energy and not, receive sadness to put out anger, receive sadness to put out more sadness. Like, it's like a machine. You put something in and you bring something else brand new and, positive out. And that's how I look at it. Like I said, it doesn't mean that everything in my life is perfect, because all it is energy. Energy doesn't die. It's just transferred.
You know what? That's a good analogy. I like that, which put in and try to take something out. Because I really do try to live my life like that. Like, when negative things come my way, it's just like right now. Mm-hmm. I know that the case is over, but something that detrimental, it still kind of lingers around me, and it's weird. It's really weird. I know it's no longer there. I know it's done, but it still happened. So trying to take that energy and put it into positive things and thinking and actions is what I'm really trying to do, because that's what I'm really about. I've always been that way. I've always been a very optimistic, positive, upbeat person. But the older you get, the more you realize certain things in your past kind of, what am I trying to say? They kind of shape how you're going to do things in the future. So for me, like you said, like you had to, for me, you see how you said, you had to forgive your mom, your stepmom. Same thing I do for my dad. Mm-hmm. Me and my dad, we don't have a good relationship. Things going on. Things didn't go right. And now the only reason, the way that I defend myself from him was through anger. So I defend myself with everything like that. Mm-hmm. And protecting my peace is just the utmost that I have to do at the moment. Because if not, I just feel like I'm going to go down a darker path. And also, I feel like I'm not learning the lesson that God wants me to learn. And that's what everybody needs to do.
But I think too, Eric, a big thing that I've learned too, and that has helped me, because especially you guys always joke about me traveling all the time. Traveling has become my norm. So now that I can't travel the way I used to, and I'm, in the shop more than I'm used to, it definitely kind of hit me. Like, I feel like I'm going backwards. Like, this is when I was grinding, 6-7 years ago, working in the shop all day, every day to try to get to the point where I could travel. So it kind of humbled me that made me really realize even more so how blessed I am to be able to travel so much and do, the clients that I'm doing. But at the same time, one thing that I found now that's so important, where it wasn't as important then, is self-care. Like, sometimes you have to take those days to check out. Like, right. I'm going to go get my nails done. I'm going to go get a massage. Like, I'm going to go just oh, it's Tuesday. Tiffany at the shop? No, I'm off today. I don't want to see a comb. I don't want to see grease, gel, nor I don't want to see a mannequin head, nothing. I'm off today. Why? Because I want to be. Just for my mental. Like, we have to be okay with taking time for ourselves. And I feel that's something that we don't do enough.
Yeah, and I feel like one thing to me I think is helpful is like kind of learning to accept people for who they are. Because I feel like a lot of times people, and like I've done it before with, say somebody I may be like talking to or something like that, or even like some family, like everybody got a few family members that just can't quite get everything together, that you like, damn, if you could just put it together a little bit. But like one thing for me, I think,
I hate to pause you, but this dog is screaming. You gotta use the bathroom. I just gotta put on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like kind of where, we as people kind of mess up sometimes is we kind of put our own projections of what we want somebody to be on them. And then we get upset when they're not what we project them to be. And like, you got to kind of learn, I feel like we just have to let people be who they are. And, whether we may want something for them and we may want the best for them, but they may not see that for themselves, or they may not, want that for themselves. So like, I've kind of had to learn like, okay, well, whether I think you should do this or try, X, Y, Z, like if that's if the way you live your life is working for you, or even if it's not, like, I have to learn to let you be you and just understand that that's who you are versus me trying to exert my energy to make you do something that you don't want to do, if that makes sense.
You in my head, because I have that problem. I have that issue. So anytime, the way that I am, in the ability and the energy that I put into friendships, that I put into being a son, that I put into being a big brother, that I put into being a boyfriend, I always think to myself, if I would do this, why wouldn't you? That's not a thing.
You can't expect you from everybody.
You can't. Or you will always be disappointed. You will always be let down. And I always think, people have to think like I think. And that's not how it goes at all. And I think that comes with another issue of mine, and that's control. I like to be in control of things. I don't like things that aren't convenient, and I don't like inconvenience, and I don't like things that are out of control. If I can't control it, or if it's inconvenient, then it's a problem. And so now I'm realizing that, number one, I can't control anybody. I can't control their actions. I can't control their thoughts, and I shouldn't expect to do that. And also, I can't expect these people to think like I think. Just like you said, I have to see people for exactly who they are and filter what I'm going to say and my actions to that, or walk away. So my therapist came up with this diagram saying that it's two circles and a sun in the middle of it. And so the first circle, the big circle, is facts. And it's just like, okay, the sky is blue. Or no, let's say something else. Well, yeah, the sky is blue. That's factual information. Now, when you get to the smaller circle, is thoughts. So that's saying, okay, the sky is blue. Do you like the sky? I don't like the sky, but you like the sky. You like the sky? That's not cool. See, that's when you got to realize, okay, how that person, we already know what the fact is. How that person deals with their own thoughts about it is when you kind of need to realize, okay, that's their... Exactly. Right. Exactly. Then if you and that person can either agree to disagree, or are on the same thought wave, then you go into the middle of the diagram, which is the sun, and that's emotions. And that is when you're sharing your personal everything with that person. You're not just thinking, you're not just giving thoughts, you're giving the reasoning behind those thoughts and the reason why this is fact to you, the reason why your thoughts are this. And Then, of course, after you get to emotion, there's a smaller dot, and that's just intimacy. And that's when you get really deep with somebody that you happen to be either A, in love with, or love in general. So for me, when I really thought about it, I was like, damn, me and old boy basically skipped all that shit and went to the middle of the circle when I should have been thinking, okay, this is how I should filter things. Because as much as when it comes to, especially dating somebody, when it came to dating, he who should, Nicholas. I was about to say he shall not be named, but we know who that nigga is. Everybody should know who that nigga is by now. You listen to the podcast. But I should have been able to do that process. But for me, I go deep so quickly. That's what he said. I should know. I should know better and should be able to go through a certain process of learning people. But I always just expected people to be like me. Hence why I give people my all as soon as I think, oh yeah, we cool, done. No. Not the case.
And I think that just goes to, you made a valid point, but I think that just goes in general. As we get older, we learn how to be more like what they call emotionally intelligent. Just realizing like everybody, A, doesn't think like you, but then B, everybody doesn't necessarily like to receive information the same way that we do. So it's kind of like how, like, a coach of a team or maybe a parent, even with multiple kids, they may kind of treat the kids differently, not necessarily because they favor one or anything like that. Or if it's a team, like they may treat the players different. But, sometimes you got to learn, hey, this person needs this push, to get the most out of them, or this other person needs to fall back more. Right. So it's like, I think just in general, it's just kind of something we all go through as far as learning people and learning, okay, like I got certain friends that I know I'll say whatever to, or like if I think they fucking something up, like I'm gonna just tell them straight like that. But then there's other friends where it's like, okay, I might need to think of how I should say this or how I should approach this because I know they're not gonna receive it the way I may intend it. So it's kind of like just understanding different people's needs and kind of like we talked about with the Meek shit, almost like understanding how we may come across to someone else because they may not take it the way that we intend for them to receive it.
And I think, too, one thing that we do as a society when it comes to protecting our peace is we try to see ourselves in other people. Like, I feel like this. Why don't you feel like this? I perceived it like this. Why don't you see it the way I see it? Because that's what we have to realize. They're not going to see it the way you see it. But you have to be able to accept that and just find a common ground of understanding. It doesn't mean that she's going to be the same, like you're going to have the same size of the fence. But just there has to be a common ground of, okay, I hear your side. I understand where you're coming from. That doesn't change my views, but I respect your decision. Or I respect how you feel about it. And you have to move forward from that. Because like my biggest fault, like Eric, how you were saying, like you sew in quickly. For me, my problem is I want to see everybody win, right? That's how I am, this type of person. So if I need to promote you or whatever to help you win, and my problem is I get upset, or I used to, and I don't care anymore, but I used to get upset when people didn't promote themselves as much as I felt they should. When people didn't, like I would tell them, okay, you need to do this. This will bring you more clientele. And they wouldn't do it. And it's like, Typh, everybody doesn't have your grind. Everybody doesn't have your hustle. Everybody's not born with that. So instead of me getting upset like I used to, I had to just accept that. I gave you the tools on how you can grow your business. If you don't want to use them, that's on you. I played my part. I did what I was supposed to do as your mentor. And whether you use it or not, I have to let it go.
Exactly. And that's my start, is to let it go and or put it in God's hands. Because I noticed there are a couple of ways that I have to practice things. Number one, meditation. And for me, I know people do the whole thing. For me, meditation is just being quiet. So in the mornings when I wake up, I try to just be quiet. I try not to get on my phone. I try not to, play music. I try to just be there, not even in my own thoughts, just silence. And that silence leads into prayer. And that's another thing that I do, praying. So, because I really think that is one of the things God really wants me to do is better my relationship with him. And I'm not a big religious person, but I'm a big spiritual person. So I work off of energy. I work off of vibes and what I feel. And I know I feel God. And so therefore, if he wants me to be closer, well, he's got to get me there somehow. So maybe this is the thing that is supposed to be there. And, going to him and asking him to do just, putting what I deem to be negative for me and to me in his hands. And then third thing, letting it go. Once you pray about it, you cannot worry about it. The two cannot coincide in the same thing. And if you don't pray, whatever. I don't care if you don't believe in God. If you want it gone, you cannot worry about it. It's as simple as that. Because you worry about it, you're still tethered to it. You're still tethered to it. And I can't do that anymore. So I can't be worried about how people feel about a certain thing. Or I can't be worried about when you come to me about your anger about me. If you're angry about what I did, okay, that is A-okay. And just like you said, finding a common ground. If you're not willing to find a common ground, I don't have to argue back and forth with anybody. And now I'm realizing that because my anger it should only be used for something that is mad important. And even then, it shouldn't even get to a point where I have to start.
That angry.
Exactly. Yeah. It should be,
put your hands in the sky and you're going to catch these hands. That's all I'm saying. Got to bring it all back.
Exactly.
Right.
You can do whatever you want over there, but you come in my physical space, that's the only time I should be getting up and doing those type of things. But it's so difficult to unlearn.
But that's gonna be the thing too, is like now that you're trying to make this change, anytime you try to make a change, it might be something that you already noticed, but now you're gonna start noticing it even more because you're trying to work on it. So that's gonna be the part of it. It's like, it's like they say, you can't pray for patience and then get mad when God forces you to be patient. So that's part of what comes with it. You just gotta, like you said, find your different ways to work through it and, continue getting better. Like just, and this don't necessarily relate to the whole protecting your peace thing. It kind of does, but like one of my big things in, I think 2019, pandemic throwing, time off and stuff. But like one of my biggest things was just learning to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And that was just something I wanted to do in life. So anytime there were situations that came up where I felt uncomfortable, I had to learn to say, okay, boom, this is what I wanted to work on. So now that the opportunity is here, like I can't get like too frazzled or too like, I can't let my anxiety, like I probably get more anxious than angry about things. Just like how you like to be in control, I like to have things resolved. Like I hate just having shit just in the balance, if that makes sense.
No, that is a part of my control issues. For me, you might get anxiety over it. I get anxiety that leads to anger.
Okay, gotcha.
So I gotta watch that, and I'm with you on that. I don't like having too many things in the balance. Now, if I don't care about it, then yeah, it can linger all there all day because I'm never even gonna go back to it.
Right.
But if I, if I deem that it's important, no, it can't be in limbo.
Right.
I have to figure it out. I had to figure it out.
Yeah, so I just had to, like I said, I just had to learn that, like, when like it may be something at work, like a project or something that, like, I want to be resolved, but it may be an ongoing thing, and I just had to learn, okay, I wanted to get comfortable in these type of situations where I wouldn't normally be comfortable. So you kind of have to just take it head on and, like you said, work through your plan or your process or whatever. And then the more it happens, like, at least for me, it doesn't necessarily go away, but you learn how to manage it better versus like getting stressed out or allowing it to maybe make you feel a certain type of way or a way that you wouldn't want to feel like normally.
Exactly. So now for our listeners out there, I know I'm pretty sure a lot of them, especially during the pandemic, because I think the pandemic, if I'm being real, has definitely bubbled up a lot of things that I didn't deem, that I had going on. Because I felt like I was a peaceful person, but now I just realized I'm just a busy person. I'm easily distracted, and I have nothing to distract me anymore because it's just all there. The only person I'm dealing with is me all the time. So what piece of advice would you all give to anybody that's listening to this podcast how to protect their peace, since most of us are dealing with the exact same thing, that we're just dealing with the man in the mirror way more often than we usually are? So Typh, what would be your advice?
I would say for what has worked for me, because like you said, with this pandemic, you have a lot more time, a lot more free time, a lot more time to be in your thoughts. Exactly what we're doing right now. Talking, not holding it in. What is it to get two of your closest friends and you guys just, encourage each other? Sometimes, when we go through things, because life is going to happen, sometimes just getting it out. Like, have that confidence crew. Like, I can say something in this voice, in this video call, it ain't going to leave this video call. Sometimes you just got to vent.
Damn right.
Out is the only release that you need. I just can't hold it. So having somebody that you can talk to, I mean, yes, it can be, of course, professional as well, but just having those friends and those people around you, what it says, evaluate your circle. Your circle can be just like the three of us. You know what I'm saying? Just having those people around you that will tell you the truth. If I ain't doing something right, Eric and Will gonna check me. Like, I Tiff, you tripping. Like, that post you put up, please delete that. Like, or they might encourage the foolishness. Like, girl, you should have posted that a long time ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have those people around you that will support you, that will push you, that will tell you the things you may not want to hear, but need to hear. Just definitely don't ever feel like you're alone, because you're not. You just have to make yourself available to heed the words that are coming to you.
Amen. And that's you two all day. Y'all don't mind frying a guy in a group text. I'll be like,
but you can handle it.
Especially Will. Will be doing it so low key, like below the radar type shit. That nigga know I be mad over there and be, this how Eric feel right now. Don't be making fun of me.
But the thing is, if I knew that you couldn't handle it, or if I thought like it would really affect you in a bad way, I wouldn't do it. But I know, one, I know you can handle it. And two, like you said, you kind of need things to the extreme. So it's like if I just generally just softly, casually said it, you wouldn't like pay it no attention. So, but
when he had put that thing in the group, when that dude was like this, I was exactly how I feel. I'm ready to throw this phone across my car. Like, why in the world we can't get this together right now? I don't understand. Hence, again, my control issues. I can't control nobody, including your schedules. And I'll be like, and I thought to myself, I'm the only one that ain't got no real job in this text. Never mind. I can't say nothing to these folks. I can't say shit because I ain't got no job, Tommy.
Eric was mad at the Super Bowl. Like y'all gonna watch the fucking game?
I don't give a damn who's in it.
I didn't even think about it. I'm thinking, and I got the two biggest fans of anything in sports in my group chat, and I'm thinking, you know what? Never mind. They right. This is a losing battle. before I knew it was a
But see,
battle.
I tried to be solutions oriented and offer an alternative time.
I was like, that ain't gonna work. And Tiff was like, that ain't gonna work. So that didn't work out.
I was pre-game then. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. As long as you were doing what you need to do and protecting your peace all at the same time. But we would like to thank our audience, of course, for coming through to the Kelley Show Podcast. We want all of you to know to protect your peace however you can. We try to get the best advice that we could and, giving you the things that we know about and how to do. Because, for me, I talk to myself and I pray. Tiff is over here. She like, cut him out. If that's what you got to do, get him out of here. Will works out and it works for him. So however you need to protect your peace, you do that. Because right now, the most important person in the world is you. Okay? You can't do anything for anybody else if you cannot do it for yourself. Straight up. But if you want to follow us,
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Oh. Closing and done. How does she do this? I don't understand. But yeah, so Tiff, closer. Yes. Where can they follow you?
Yes, you can follow me at Typh's Braids. It's TYPHS Braids everywhere, all social media platforms, typhsbraids.com. Everybody stay focused and love on yourself. You can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself.
Okay. Lick yourself down. Yes. Will, where can they find you?
Y'all already know she will for Will everywhere. And since Tiff want to leave on a quote, I'm gonna leave on a quote. You can't check anyone else if you're afraid to check yourself first. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. And I go by the name of Eric Kelley II. No, I do not have a quote for you, except for you are responsible for the energy that you give, but you're also responsible for the energy that you receive. And that is my own, Eric Kelley II. Take it how you want it, take it how you need it, but it is very, very true. You can follow me at The Kelley Show. That's TheKelleyShow. You can follow the whole podcast at Kelley Show Pod. That's KelleyShowPod. We thank you for coming. We hope you protect your peace from now on. I will keep you updated how I'm doing with mine, because these two, they seem perfectly fine. Me, I got a long way to go. We're going to see how it works out.
One day at a time. That's all you can do.
That's it. Put in God's hand and pray. Okay? But we appreciate you all for coming out. Again, go listen to the rest of those episodes. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to your friends, The Kelley Show Podcast. And we out. Peace.